January is upon us, Coley. Happy New Year, sunshine. How are you?
Happy New Year, mate. All good. How are you?
Very well. Did you have a solid festive period?
Yeah. Good. Yeah, nice.
Eat well, drink well?
Yeah, done all that. The norm.
The norm stuff.
All the norm, mate.
Are you one of them that kicks into January with one of these crazy things? I like that.
No, just keep it.
Mate,
keep it solid and effective and efficient.
24/7, 365, man.
Yeah.
Just keeping it solid and efficient, as you said.
That's it.
No need for this dry stuff. No need for this clean.
For me, every day's Christmas. Mate, every day. Get presents every day.
That's it.
For people, not for myself. But it's it's a nice time to be reminded about people that are no longer with us.
Agreed.
You know, it's a sad time for most because everyone's lost someone at some point, and you just count your blessings, and you go on and you appreciate the people that are with us still, and that you can say I love you, and get gifts for, and that's what everybody wants to do. Always wants to please everyone. So I really enjoyed that time, and look, going forward, bigger and better. Hope you have a great 2025. Yourself, Adam Catterall. And everybody that's listening.
And yourself, my friend.
Thank you very much.
And obviously, onwards and upwards in 2025 for everybody that listens to the show and gives us their time on a Friday night. Hope you're all well. Hope you've had a safe and well festive period. But it's time to get back to it. And we just witnessed the first great sporting achievement of 2025 as LukeLittler doing the business on talkSPORT. Has just become world champion. Last year got to the final, sensational getting to the final last year and falling short against Luke Humphries in a great final. This year he was pitted against one of the best of this generation in Michael van Gerwen, and with all due respect to Michael van Gerwen, he absolutely walloped him. Went 4-0 up. Van Gerwen got himself back on there, of course, but he ended up finishing the job 7-3, and Littler, now at 17 years of age, is the world champion. 03717 22 33 44. Frank, have you been caught up with the darts Ferrari?
Yes, mate. 180. Listen, guys. This guy here arrived on the scene. Do you know, like in football, when you see a player arriving on the scene in football? I remember when Wayne Rooney arrived on the scene.
Burst on the scene like Michael Richards.
That's it, bursting.
Yes, you know, and they actually went on for friends. But this guy here, mate, the darts that he's... Listen, I follow darts all year round. And do you know what? I am so happy and proud of a great champion, not only just defeated Van Gerwen, the darts that he produces every time he comes on the TV, mate, he just puts you on the edge of the seat. Phenomenal player. Phenomenal.
Consistent, isn't he? Consistent.
He's so humble. That's the difference. He feels fearless. He's also, when he's lost games, he feels, he always says, I didn't play that well, but the other guy played better than me. But you know what? You couldn't have asked for a better world champion in darts than LukeLittler, than you. He's absolutely blitzed everybody in the last year. And when he loses because he might have missed the odd double and this, that, and the other. But he has sustained. He's made darts exciting again. Do you know what I mean? It's the same when Michael van Gerwen arrived on the scene, a young lad, 17 years old, hit a 9-darter against Raymond van Barneveld. But he's just unbelievable. Do you know what? I think darts, since Barry Hearn has taken over in darts, he's just made it. It's just exciting, brilliant atmosphere. And if somebody said to me the other day, do you think, I reckon darts should be in the Olympics? Because I'll tell you one thing, mate, it's just brilliant. Great atmosphere. Anybody can go and watch it with their families, with their children, and enjoy a great spectacle. Fantastic.
I'm not sure about the children, Shat.
There's kids that do go, but it does feel a little bit stag-doy.
Mate, I was at the train station the other day and I saw a few of the fans exiting.
With the in fancy dress?
Yeah.
And the gear on,
Yeah, all the gear, all the ideas.
Yeah.
And drunk. I don't want my Littler to be around that.
I get that.
You know what I mean?
But one thing that I will say...
Is there a family section? Is there a family section?
I don't know. But what I will say is that, and to back up what Frank just said, Christmas, it's always on obviously over the festive period, right?
Yeah.
So I'm always caught up with it, and I watch it every single year. But my lads never even paid any interest. But Luke the Nuke has absolutely caught my 11-year-old's interest. Every single game, and obviously he's not at school, so you can stay up a little bit later and watch some of the matches and all this type of stuff.
Yeah, he's
like, right, what time's he on? I said, well, he's on third tonight. So, right, so he clears off and he plays on his PlayStation for a bit, and then he'll come back just before Luke's about to start, and he'll go, right, and he'll sit down and he'll watch every single leg of what Luke Littler's doing. So he's definitely captured the imagination of a certain demographic of fan.
Definitely.
No doubt about that.
And inspired a whole generation of Luke the Nukes around the whole of the world.
Yeah.
You know, because it's not just about what he's doing for Great Britain. It's about what it looks like to the rest of the world. And the young Van Gerwen, as the last caller just said, Van Gerwen was 17 when he burst on the scene and he was dropping triples. And I'm looking at it now, I'm thinking, well, he's the new Van Gerwen maybe.
Well, better, because Van Gerwen, I don't think, won his world championship until he was 24.
Really? So it took him...
Yeah, it took him time.
It
took him time, yeah. And he's just rocked up. He got to final last year in his first attempt last year. 16 years of age, 17 years of age. Rocked up, go on then, gets to the final and loses to Luke Humphries, who's the world number one.
Yeah.
And this year he's rocked up and gone back there and won it.
How did this happen? Like, you're 16, 17, you come into the world stage of your so-called profession and you're now leading it with, like... You're too young to be doing that, surely. I know what he just said. He said the last caller talking about Wayne Rooney. But Wayne Rooney's in a team. This is, and you can hide a little bit. This is a little bit different. This
is massively different.
This is just on you. And only you can mess this up.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable how he's got nerves of steel at that age to be able to produce the right darts at the right time. As you said to me earlier, that number 10 is just like, you might as well just go to the board and just put it in himself, because he can throw it from anywhere. You can throw it from the back end of the place and actually get number 10. That's how good he is. But how do you get so good at that such a young... Is it just talent or is it nerves of steel?
I think there's a bit of everything in that. One thing that you've got to take out of the consideration, right, because you just mentioned Wayne Rooney, who was a teenage sensation, and people like Michael Owen, and obviously we're always going to refer to certain footballers that burst on the scene at 17, right? The physicality, the physical aspect of it, because he's playing in a team sport, Wayne Rooney, right? Yeah. And he's playing against full-grown men at 30 years of age.
But he was like he was vastly mature for his age.
He was a bruiser himself, of course, yeah. But most 17-year-old lads aren't physically developed into a bloke. You know what I mean? That can take on a 30-year-old in professional sports, right? This fella's not having to do that. He stands on the hockey. So the physical aspect of it isn't necessarily there. Yeah. The skill level, though, is absolutely there. But the key thing is the mentality. He's 17, right? He is a baby. He should still be at college doing his A-levels, mate. Right? Is what he should still be doing, yeah? Think about it when you were 17 or when your kids were 17 or whatever it may be.
And the whole pressure of that whole place on your back.
And this is the worst thing about it, right? Because I don't know if you've watched the whole tournament. Tonight, I think he got a lot of support against Michael Van Gerwen. People were wanting him to win it.
Really?
I think so, majority tonight. But when in the build-up to it, because of his name, because of his stature now and profile, he was getting a bit of abuse. You know what I mean?
Really?
People were supporting the other player that they were coming up against him. So the mentality of having to deal with that. 17, you're up there, you're throwing. There's millions around the world watching. Yeah. There's expectations on you. This lot are screaming and shouting and calling you all sorts behind your back. Bump, and you're chucking them in, mate. There's a special type of elite mentality that comes along with that. Mate,
show that tonight, because you know what it is. It's well and dandy. It's all good, well and dandy. Yeah, when everyone's praising you and giving you your flowers as it stands now. But when people are going against you and the pressure is on, and you know that these lot want me to lose. Yeah, that is a different. That's like Mike Tyson back in the day. Remember Mike Tyson when he first burst on the scene? Yeah. He had to deal with a load of adversity on the streets first. Then he came into the ring, and everyone was saying, "Oh yeah," but then everyone wanted him to get beaten. Obviously. Now, when you get to that point, you have to really, really be tuned into your craft. And I have to commend any sportsman at that level doing that. 17. It's phenomenal. He
hasn't got the life experience to deal with that.
To me, he's an alien. because it's not normal that you can have nerves are still at that stage of your life. What is it? What's he doing at home to practice? I don't get it. What is he doing? It's great stuff, man. Great stuff. Oh, someone just said Boris Becker won his first Wimbledon title at 17 years old.
Yeah,
so he's like in that hemisphere there of talent.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.